couple things that you should get before you go get your puppy. One, you're going to need supplies. You're going to need paper towels, trash bags, bleach, or white vinegar to clean up, because you can't have that smell in there. So using something that just masks the odor does not work. Nature's Miracle works, but it's expensive. And if you look at the ingredients in that, a lot of rubbing alcohol. So rubbing alcohol could be used too. So before you go get the puppy, go get that. And you also need something like this, which is a large pen, right? Now this would be fine for like a small to medium sized dog. He might outgrow this, okay? So I might have to use a taller one. But it's something that you need. It's very important for the puppy stage. Do not put your dog in a crate at 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 13 weeks. You know, don't start doing it real early unless you know that you can let the dog out. Now Tonka goes with me everywhere, so I use a crate when I'm in the car, right? But I'm letting him out constantly. If you leave the dog in the crate and the dog has an accident in there, you're going to screw up crate training. That's why we use the pen. So say I'm in the shower, right? Now he hasn't, this dog is a freak. He hasn't had accidents in the house. He wants to go outside. But I've never had a puppy like this, okay? And I think that it has to do with him being born outside. This is a hunting dog. This is a hunting dog, you know, from hunting dog stock, and you know, the kennel's outside. So he comes in and he just really doesn't want to poop or pee in my house. Thank God, it's great. Losing a lot of sleep, but the key is take your dog out all the time. Just keep taking it out. The more success you have outside, the quicker your dog's going to learn. So you use the pen. Say you have to go in the bathroom or something, take a shower, you can't watch the dog, you put him in the pen. That way, if he does have an accident, it doesn't matter, because the dog can poop in that on that side and then, you know, get away from it. That way they don't lose this instinct not to poop and pee where they sleep. And that's the whole premise of crate training. So at from about 16 to 20 weeks, you could probably start crate training depending on the maturity level of the dog. Some dogs mature a lot quicker, but crate training is a very positive thing for your dog's behavior. It's extremely positive, but you have to have a pen too. You got to do this right. You're going to have the dog for 13 years. You don't want the dog pooping in your house. Okay? Do not ever use wee-wee pads. The positive reinforcement food trainers will tell you wee-wee pads are okay. They are not. They train your dog to shit and piss in the house. It's an added cost. Now you're going to put papers in the bottom of the pen, right? But don't think of it as you are paper training the dog. That's not really what you're doing. You're just putting the papers in there so that if the dog goes to the bathroom, it's easier to clean up. That's it. Just keep taking your dog out, and when your dog goes to the bathroom in the pen, pick the papers up and clean out the pen. Keep it as clean as possible so that your dog starts understanding, don't go to the bathroom in the house. But if you catch the dog going to the bathroom in the house with a young puppy like this, don't say a fucking thing. Just clean it up. Don't make a big deal out of it. If you see that the dog's going to start going to the bathroom and hasn't, pick the dog up. And once you have the dog in your arms, it'll stop going to the bathroom. Okay? And then take it right outside. Like I said, my dogs sleep in my bed, and I use that as a method of training, actually. And when I feel Tonka get up at night, I grab the guy, and I already have my clothes on. I just got to put my shoes on and grab my keys, and I get the guy outside to go to the bathroom. And it really pays off. 3 months of hell, man. Just do it. Trust me. Do it, do it, do it. It's the only way to get your dog housebroken real fast. Get it outside as much as possible. Now, when you're coming home from the, like if you get it from a breeder or any place, do not stop in a rest stop or a gas station, any place off the highway where you think somebody might walk a dog. The reason for this is your puppy doesn't have all its shots. Okay, so keep it out of parks, that kind of area, anywhere that there would be dog traffic, keep your dog out of. And also keep in mind, bacteria and viruses, the enemy of bacteria and viruses would be sunlight and dryness. So you want to walk your dog, when it's a young dog, in a sunny area, because UV light will kill a lot of shit. So you don't want to walk them in something that's wet, because that's where bacteria can live. So take them to a dry area and walk them there. A lot of vets will say, like, don't even let your puppy outside, but you know, you gotta weigh this out, and what is more important, and what are your chances that the puppy will get sick. Use your head and don't take it any place that the puppy would be around other dogs. Go to a reputable breeder too, because a reputable breeder, if you're going to get a puppy from a reputable breeder, they're not going to let people handle the puppies if they're coming to look at dogs, because they might go look at a dog, not liking to go to the next breeder and, you know, transfer bacteria and viruses to the puppy. So make sure that you get your dog from a reputable place that just doesn't let anybody you know, handle their dog. You do not want to deal with parvo. Trust me, I know. You know, 25 years ago, my dog Billy got parvo. It was a nightmare, man. The guy made it, but it scared the shit out of me. So, what else do we got to talk about? That's it. Just make sure that you. Before you get your puppy, also find out where the veterinary hospital is. So if there is a problem, you know right where you're going. I mean, there can be problems with young dogs. This is the point, that they don't have, you know, they're not up to date on vaccinations. So if something does happen, you do not want to waste any time. You want to get the dog where it needs to go, and you know, get fluids and antibiotics flowing through the dog so that it has a chance. Parvo will stomp out a puppy lickety-split, and there's a bunch of other things like distemper. There's a bunch of stuff that'll just fuck your puppy up. Make sure that you puppy-proof your house too. You could take books and put them on the underside of the bed so the puppy can't go underneath the bed, right? I'm in an art studio, so I use like aluminum flashing, and I just unroll it so that it has, you know, so that I can just block off areas. I have all these sculptures. I don't want the dog crawling underneath sculptures and finding stuff to chew on. Electrical cords. Watch out for electrical cords too. Your puppy will chew on electrical cords, so be very careful. Just remember, when you have the puppy at this stage, there is no real negativity, okay? You're not being real negative. There is no formal training. It's totally informal at this point. Just get the dog doing the actions. If it's doing something douchebaggy, you know, just try and reset its mind somehow. Distract it, redirect the dog into some other area. I'm going to talk about something real quick, and this is flat out fact, and I wouldn't tell you all this if it wasn't true. Spit in the puppy's mouth as much as you can, and you can do it to an older dog too. And the first time I saw this was in the early 70s. I saw a hunting dog trainer do it, and I asked my dad about it, and he was just like, you know, I don't know. I've seen that before myself, and then he asked his friend who was a trainer. He said, why do you do that? And then the trainer explained, well, it puts the dog back into like a submissive state. So think of it as like a mother bird feeding the baby bird, right? Everybody knows that bottle-fed animals are extremely tame, right? So it's sort of the same thing. You're just kind of continuing the bottle feeding, but you as the human are doing it. I do it with older dogs. Like, say if I put them on a place table and I'm teaching them force hold, and the dog gets a little excited or nervous, I'll spit in the dog's mouth. But do this with your puppy, and if your puppy is whining, just keep doing it. I know it sounds strange, but I would never, ever tell you all to do something if it was bullshit, and it's not bullshit. It really, really helps. So do that. I actually, on a side note, I had a food trainer a while ago tell me, that's ridiculous. You'll give your dog a bacterial infection. What? What the fuck are you talking about, food trainers? Listen, by the way, the dog's mouth is a lot dirtier than the human's mouth, and basically just kissing your dog and throwing a little spit in there is not going to do anything negative to your dog, okay? Right? It's not going to do anything negative. So trust me and just do it. Spit in the dog's mouth at least 2-3 times a day for the first month. And you can do this longer too. And you can do it with your adult dog that's nervous. So just spit in the dog's mouth. It's no big deal. Just do it like that. Now I've seen, like I said, I saw this done in the 70s. I didn't do it for a long time. And then I saw a trainer in New York do it. And I'm like, instantly, I remember the whole day with my dad meeting the trainer. And I started doing it. I cannot tell you how how helpful it is. Really, go for it. Don't worry about it. I'm to the point where, look, I'll do it in front of people. I don't give a shit. So it's about what's good for the dog, all right? So I hope that was helpful. If anybody has any questions about raising a puppy, please don't hesitate to post or give me a call or text me, and I'll try and help you out. The most important thing is when they're young like this, really, it's all good at this point. You don't start bringing in the nose or a negativity until about 4 months. So he's got about 2 months to go, and he's doing fantastic.